Score prediction wise, I think there's goals in this game and I'm going to go absolutely bonkers here. I want us to win this. I want us to absolutely smash Brighton to pieces. And I think Chelsea will win this game 4-2. I think it could also be 4-3.
Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel for 6 things that we learned from Chelsea 4, Brighton 3. And before we go into anything, very few people get predictions of scores right, but I just so happen to get 7-goal thrillers correct. We move. What a fantastically entertaining game of football, but more so, it was a game where even though we conceded 3 goals, you can expect that in a pre-season match. The level of opposition went from Wrexham to Brighton. Brighton are one of the best teams in the Premier League playing European football next year, and we looked really, really good. We controlled large portions of the game. One of the goals they scored was a penalty. The first one, brilliant training ground move, which, again, I think Chelsea need to see this. Pochettino needs to see that maybe we are susceptible to corner routines that aren't necessarily the same corner routines that you used to, trying to beat the first man, hoping someone gets a flick on. And after that moment, Chelsea regained control. We were dominant in possession. It looked as though we were going with a 4-2-3-1. I thought it was going to be a 3-man midfield of Santos, Gallagher, Chukwuemeka. But it looked as though Gallagher was there in a pivot alongside Andre Santos. Chukwuemeka, what we've been saying in the past couple of days, what is his position? And to me, it looked as though he was trying to play like a 10, advanced 8 kind of role. And I do think Pochettino will pick up on this. I think overall, the Chelsea performance today, what a thrilling game of football that was. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button on this video. And also, if you want to see Chelsea's first competitive game of the Premier League season, Chelsea versus Liverpool, I'm giving away 2 tickets over on my Telegram. So make sure you're following. Top link in the description. They're worth £1,000 each. So if you're not following, you can't win it. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the pre-season content. Mason loves 6 things we learned so much. He's trying to flip and escape into the living room with me. You're going for a walk, mate. Stay out there. Speaking of going for a walk, De Zerbi, walk down that tunnel, mate. Have a word with Moises and tell him, look, we get it now. It's time to go, right? Chelsea have won in a friendly where we literally had a team that might as well have been in school. And yet we still beat Brighton. This is the exciting part about all of this stuff that's happening during this pre-season. Our squad is so young. We've got the youngest squad in all of the Premier League, and yet still, against teams like Brighton, yes, the game changed when Van Hecke, or whatever his name is, got sent off. But this is exactly what we needed to see again. We can concede the goals. Colwill gives away a penalty, but we're not going to go into that too much. Overall, the patterns of play, the combinations, the Mudryk goal is one of the best Chelsea goals I've seen, probably since 2021. It was absolutely sensational. Nicolas Jackson, we have the new Messiah. We have our new striker, and he is a blue box. He comes on, gets another assist, but another 2 assists, sorry. That's what, 4 assists and 1 goal in his first 2 Chelsea matches where he's not even played the whole time. The finish, we've got to talk about the goal first of all, because when you bring in a new striker, you want him to be able to score your goals. Chelsea have bought Nicolas Jackson to be the goal scorer that he was in the second half of the season for Villarreal, where he scored 9 goals in his last 8 games. The finish is amazing, but more importantly, Brighton are playing a high line, which Chelsea very rarely play against. So when do we ever get the opportunity to see our striker with a third of the pitch still to run into, having that last run off the defender's shoulder? The finish is impeccable over Jason Steele into the top corner. The assists, the goal that Mudryk scores, Nicolas Jackson's role in this, it reminded me of that Arsenal goal that I think Wilshere converted, where Olivier Giroud, I think Santi Cazorla, they're all doing all these little flicks and tricks and then the finish is beautiful. But Mudryk's goal is from outside the bloody box. But the awareness of Nicolas Jackson to be that interlinking player in the final third, it's no coincidence that he's got 4 assists and a goal in his first, 90 minutes as a Chelsea player. Pochettino absolutely understands that a lot of the attacking players that we've got, that ability to work into the box, getting around the back of the defenders, this is going to be so important for Chelsea. We're talking about should Christopher Nkunku be a shout for Fantasy Premier League? Nicolas Jackson, if he plays like he has done in the first 90 minutes we've seen of him as a Chelsea player, you get him in your Fantasy Premier League team. You captain the geezer over bloody Erling Haaland. I'm letting myself get carried away because I'm absolutely buzzing with what we have seen from Jackson. The runs, the timing of the runs, and those little interplays in the final third, the 1-2s, magnificent. Footwork, excellent, perfect start to his Chelsea career for Nicolas Jackson. Box number 2 is a green for Malo Gusto. First 15 minutes of the game, Kaoru Mitoma, one of the best players in the Premier League, starting to try and take him on, pace, gets round the back, makes the block, makes the tackle, strong, gets forward. I think Malo Gusto is the perfect Chelsea signing. When you think it's about 20 million, it's a fantastic price for probably the best under 21 right back maybe in the world. Could we argue that? I think Chelsea bought him looking at him as that kind of calibre. Positional awareness, I think for the Brighton goal, he's the man closest to the cutback after Billy Gilmour puts that lovely ball into the box. Not going to criticise him too much for that. It's just a very well worked goal. But in terms of that right back role, what he did in terms of stopping Mitoma, such a good player, I think Gusto deserves a lot of credit. And he's trying to start attacks as well. And you've got to remember, Pochettino has literally been here 5 minutes. And already you can see an imprint. You can see the work rate of players has increased. Even Raheem Sterling, he doesn't get a box today, but I've got to say, worked hard, but blimey O'Reilly, can we just like sub ourselves in to do the final bit for Sterling? Like I could do it, my mate Harry could do it outside, the dog could do it, my 2 cats could do it. Just don't just pass the ball to the defender when you're in the final third. I wanted to keep things positive because we won 4-3. But I've got to mention Sterling, it's woeful, absolutely woeful. Box number 3 is a green for Levi Colwill. Yes, he gives away a penalty. Yes, João Pedro, he's never going to win the ball from that position. No defender's going to win the ball from there. But overall, the way that we play now, having a ball-playing centre-half who can split defensive lines and split all lines across the field, Chelsea are going to be so blessed with this. When it comes to those centre-backs who can play those long balls, see those passes actually, before even playing it, you've got to see that pass. Levi Colwill does it. Rudiger used to do it so well. But to have that guy with the left foot, similar to that of John Terry, you'd see him ping the ball 60 yards to feet. Colwill's got that capability. He's happy to run out with the ball. He's not just looking to give it to Thiago Silva, play the easy pass. And I'm absolutely buzzing that Chelsea win the football match with Levi Colwill in a Chelsea shirt against the team that believe he should be there. You're Brighton, sit down, enjoy your pre-season, enjoy European football because we're taking that position off of you this year because Chelsea are back. I absolutely believe this wholeheartedly. Box number 4, Conor Gallagher, fantastic. There was a couple of brilliant defensive moments. Again, when Conor, we know last season, no one can doubt his work rate. No one can doubt how he runs around the field, like a headless chicken you could say at times, but it's looking more meaningful. And what did I say to you guys this week? If Pochettino can find a role, not necessarily a position for Gallagher on the field, but a role, then Gallagher evolves. Gallagher becomes a high quality midfielder for Chelsea Football Club. Scored a goal today as well, which is massive for him because I think he works so hard all over the field, trying to create things, arriving in the box late as well. And I'm not just saying like a lot of the things I've said this week have come true when I've watched Chelsea play. They kind of have. But I think Pochettino understands that with this pre-season, it's about finding roles for players. Football is changing. Football is developing. And I watched a brilliant video from James Alcott the other day talking about the new number 8, what that actually means. And I think for Conor, there's definitely a utilised role that he could be doing for Chelsea in a number 8 role, not necessarily position. I'd go and check that video out if I was you, if you want to know what I'm talking about. Box number 5, Mudryk. Now, I don't know about you, but when you see his face after that goal goes in, which by the way, how good was that goal? Every little thing about that goal is superb, sensational, superfluous is the word I would use to describe something utterly magnificent before our very eyes. unbelievable. His face afterwards, it's like a weight was lifted off his shoulders. The pressure has been massive since he joined Chelsea, from minute number 1 all the way through to the end of the season, where people are calling him a flop. People are saying he's not going to make it. The pace today, the work rate, but that goal is all we need to focus on from Malo Mudryk. The interchange with Nicolas Jackson is just phenomenal. And the way that he takes it as well, it's on his weak foot. You know, he's come in on his right, he's absolutely drilled that past the Brighton goalkeeper, and the confidence that will come as a result of this goal for Malo Mudryk is unprecedented. I think he's one of those players where, first of all, he wants to feel appreciated. Second of all, he's got this unwavering belief in his own ability, but when that pressure is so heavy, because you're now at Chelsea, you've now got everyone in the world looking at you and calling you a flop because of the price tag and no goals since you've joined us. Well, now we've seen him hit the back of the net. Yes, it's a friendly, but the pressure and the way he just looked after he scored that, I think this could be a watershed moment for Chelsea to unlock the best out of Malo Mudryk. Brilliant from him when he came on. And box number 6, I'm giving a green box here to Marc Cucurella. And it wasn't because it was a perfect performance. He gets a brilliant assist, by the way, for Chelsea's 4th. But defensively, he was astute, he was sound, he was making blocks. Positionally, defensively, he was very good. It's night and day when it comes to going forward. Ben Chilwell, Maatsen, Cucurella does not want to go forward. But defensively, he was solid. And I want to say, as much as I can criticise players, I can say that they're not my favourite player. I think he should be sold, like I said in the tier list video. Doesn't change that yet, but I thought he played well. I thought Trev came on and did a great job as well. Overall, yes, it's 4-3, it's a close win, but Chelsea are cooking. We are playing scintillating attacking football. We are looking good positionally, defensively. Brighton are a good team. They scored 3 good goals, including a penalty. But overall, we move. It is exciting times. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed the 6 Things We Learnt video, the series I film after every single Chelsea game. Subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell so that you're notified when I upload a video. Come on, you Blues.